Breaking news right now, former President Donald Trump is now back in Georgia, set to speak very soon at a town hall in Pike County, south of Atlanta. It's the first of two stops Trump will make today in our state. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carly Barnett. Trump's visit comes a day ahead of Vice President Kamala Harris's visit to Atlanta tomorrow. Both candidates focusing on battleground states with less than 2 weeks until Election Day. Atlanta News First, Maria Moreau is at the First Alert Breaking News desk with the candidates' push to get Georgia voters on their side. Maria.
Carly, former President Donald Trump is in Metro Atlanta today, and his supporters are ready for him. Mr. Trump set to speak at any moment now at this Believers in Ballots Faith Town Hall that's going on in Pike County. Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones also in attendance as a guest speaker here today. Now, the former president will then go on to hold a rally at Gas South Arena in Duluth. Lines have been wrapped around that stadium since this morning. That event is scheduled for 7 o'clock. And tomorrow, Vice President Kamala Harris will hold a rally in Atlanta, joined by former President and First Lady Barack and Michelle Obama. Details about that rally have not been disclosed at this time. Today, the Vice President is in the battleground state of Pennsylvania, making several stops, speaking to voters and asking for their vote. We will carry her remarks as well live for you on Atlanta News First Plus.